So, lads, today we're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark. We're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark, and we're going to be talking about her and an update to her injury. So, I'm a little bit late to this. This was 34 minutes ago by Chloe Peterson. But, lads, Caitlin Clark has... Caitlin Clark, she's back in practice. I don't know how much practice she's doing. I don't know if she's going to be back tomorrow. I would assume she's not going to be back tomorrow. Very unlikely she's going to be back. She's going to be back playing. So, like, back into, say, full game this quickly. Like, it's unlikely. It's unlikely. But it's good to see her practicing. Apologies about the noise right there. But it is good to see her practicing. She's there getting shots up. And, I mean, she's practiced. She's running towards a ball. Doesn't seem like it's much. Oh, my God. Bree Turner's jump shot is broken. But is Ari McDonald still there? Yeah, she's still there. And Sophie Cunningham is participating as well. Where is... Okay, Sophie Cunningham is up here with... Or is that Lexi? No, Sophie Cunningham's there. Sophie Cunningham is there actually behind Bree Turner, which means one of them is missing. If Ari McDonald... One of them is going to be out for the game, by the way. One of them is going to be out for the game. And if you guys have been looking at WNBA.com, they have considered both of them game time decisions. Both Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark are game time decisions for this game. And it's going to be a big one. It is going to be a big one because this is not an easy game. The Dream are good. Like, you got Alicia Gray, MVP candidate. I would still sit Caitlin Clark out for this game. I would genuinely sit Caitlin Clark out because, like, there's no point rushing it. And she's going to get full court picked up by Ryan Howard anyway. And I'm like, this is not the game you want to run when you're testing out an iffy leg. It's not. Let's be honest. It's not the game. It's not the game you want to be. You want to test out a pretty iffy leg in. But yeah, it's all around a good enough sign for the team. Because again, game time decision right here when it comes to Caitlin Clark. So Holly Winterburn she hurt herself. Obviously, Christy Wallace is gone for the season. But both Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark are game time decisions. And considering the fact that Ari McDonald is practicing, like, she cannot play if the two of them are back, by the way. She cannot play. The second that they get cleared, Ari McDonald gets cut. So if they cut Ari McDonald today, the fever, by the time the 10 days are up, by the time the 10-day the wait period would be done, they can sign her and for as much money as anyone else can. By the time the 10 days done, I think that's even without cutting anyone. I think they can sign her. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting one. It is an interesting one to see what happens with Caitlin tomorrow. I'll take an L at this stage of the season. I would have rushed her back. I would have rushed Caitlin back if they lost. If they were 3-5, I would have rushed her back. If they were 2-6, I'll admit it. I predicted them to go 2-6. I predicted them to be 2-6. However, it is like, it's a big one. Like, it's a big one that she doesn't get hurt. This game doesn't matter that much. Bree Turner shooting the ball, yeah. I mean, it is grim. It is grim watching her shoot the ball. Like, everybody else at least has somewhat, like, oh my God. If I was the fever, I'd say, Ari, just wait 10 days, we'll sign you back. Like, a strongest indicator we get that whether or not one or both of them will play tomorrow, they look good to me. One of them has to miss the game. Otherwise Ari's gone. Obviously, Caitlin Clark's cleared to practice, which means, and with the type of injuries that she has, like, she's actually dressed to play. I'm surprised that she's running around with no leg support or anything, or just even just not brace, but like just something to kind of warm up the leg. Or did they even do anything? Are they placebo? Are they placebo? Are the leg sleeves placebo? But yeah, it's a good sign. And also with Stephanie White back, it is a very good sign. And yeah, all around, I think the Fever should be okay. Like, look, if the Fever go, if they can somehow beat the, I don't even mind watching Fever or watching Caitlin play the Liberty. Like, I don't think Tash Cloud is the hardest matchup in the world for her. And the Liberty, I'm not gonna say the Liberty don't play dirty, or I'm not saying the Dream play dirty, but the Dream play kind of hard. They push. They use a lot. Try to use a lot of physicality. Ryan Howard as a physical player can do a lot of damage when it comes to Caitlin Clark. And yeah, it is an interesting one. It is genuinely an interesting one to see what happens. But Caitlin Clark being back is nothing but good news. Caitlin Clark being back, and Caitlin Clark like being there practicing is good news. Look, it means it was a minor injury. It means it was a grade 1. And look, grade 1 quad strains, unless they get worse, aren't that bad. It's not a bad injury. Of all the injuries Caitlin Clark can have, it's probably the best possible injury. And if it ends up being not having any complications later, and it makes her realize, yeah, you have to slow down sometimes, it could genuinely be a long-term positive for her, rather than like even if it is a very short-term, very, very short-term negative for a couple of weeks. But yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Caitlin Clark should play or she shouldn't play? Same with Sophie Cunningham. And like, I'm not saying that Caitlin Clark shouldn't play, because I'm genuinely, I don't think she should not play just so that Ari McDonald can stay, because Caitlin's way better than Ari McDonald. I think Sophie's better than Ari McDonald as an all-around player. I do think Ari McDonald fits more of a need when Caitlin's injured than Sophie, but with Caitlin back, Sophie Cunningham is a better player than Ari McDonald. It is just a case of where it's such a pity. It's such a pity that the Indiana Fever did such a poor job in recruiting in the offseason. It's such a pity that they did such a poor job of geez, I'm struggling to think right now. They did such a poor job of like roster management when it coming into the season that they're stuck in this situation. Like, look, if the Indiana Fever very well could have recruited way, way better. Like, Bree Turner was not a good recruit. And in hindsight, as good as Sophie Cunningham has been, I mean this when I say this, they could have had Sanaya Rivers and still given up Nalissa Smith. So hindsight being 2020, but not a great offseason for the Fever, for being honest. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.